Another video. This is Mr. InfoFxmosako coming with the weekly analysis for the 27th until the 25th. So this is the fourth week of June. So yeah, before we start with anything, guys, please do press the subscribe button, press the notification bell button so that you can get more videos like this at real time when I do upload them, and also press the like button and share it with everyone you think will find this content very much valuable. Before we get into anything, just want to inform people that I am a technical trader, so I use tools such as trend lines to determine the future direction of the US dollar or the pound or the yen, whichever currency I'm trading and analyzing at the time. And these are the lines that I'm referring to. Secondly, this is a list of the pairs that I use, so the currencies that I use. I limited to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 currency pairs and one index. This one I wouldn't. If you're a beginner, please do not trade this. It's way better to learn how currencies work. Then once you have a full understanding of how they do work, you will definitely be able to understand and comprehend US30, as at the end of the day they are the same thing. They just are operated by different they have like different operational reasons on why they move the way they do move, but holistically looking at it, it's one and the same thing. Yeah, these are the pairs that I trade. I keep it to a minimum because I don't want to confuse myself, and if I'm going to add extra depending on a lot of things, for one, I watch the news, so I would use something like a Forex Factory, which is one of the apps that I encourage you to use if you guys would love a video um, regarding the Forex apps. Please do say down below. Yeah, man. So we have news coming in, EURUSD that happened today. Tomorrow, the Fed Chair Powell testifying, very important news that might move the market. The euro. So we're going to have a very busy week for the USD, the euro, and euro Japanese, no, euro GBP and euro USD GBP. Yes. So yeah, so now we're gonna look at those currencies, and they're really just going to give us like a great sense of where we can go, and also hopefully we can, move at the direction which the market intends to go. So now we're gonna start with the DXY, and this is the previous trades that we took last week, which I am going to delete right now as we have entered new highs, right? So in knowing this, that we wanted to fill 90% of this, and we can now surely say that we have filled it up. All right, we've filled up 90% of it. So now we're going to put that line there as a resistance. Why? Because this is where price got rejected, right? It rejected this resistant area right here, and as you can see from the past, every time it came here, it went down. It only broke through once and it came back. Then there was a reaction when it came here as well. So these reactions, they say a lot, guys, because it was around the zone of 92,397. And with knowing that the dollar has hit that resistance area, I want to look at my candlesticks. All right. I'm gonna go to the daily. Okay. Looks like an engulfing or a twizzler top, because they're all the same height. They're the same height. Let's go to the weekly. Let's see what the weekly is saying. All right. So this has been a long candlestick. This is a long candlestick. So looking at it, we might end up having to fill it until this area here of 91,371, based on the fact that this looks like a strong support, which was well, a resistant turned support, right? Based on this, price action that has happened in the past. So now knowing that this thing was rejected so perfectly, guys, this is a perfect rejection, right? We're gonna go to the lower time frame because we were able to see the bigger picture properly. But what we would love to see, honestly, is for price to do this, go up, come down, and proceed to the upside. You know, this is the neckline that we wanted to break for it to come to this level here. So, you know, depending on the information we're going to find on the lower time frame, it will give us a very good bias decision on where we would like to take the opportunity of where the dollar will be going. So now we see a beautiful rejection on the daily. Now let's go to the 4 hourly. We would do this, make an area. As you can see, this is support, resistance to support, right? So I wouldn't enter any trades as yet, because if I had wanted to get in a trade, this would have been a perfect trade for me to get into, right? But I missed it. So now going to the lower time frame just to confirm, because we enter on the 1 hour for our perfect entry. So looking at this, right, price action went up, went down, broke through, went up, broke up again, going down, then we went up, then we had a slight double top, then we had a minor consolidation, we're going down, right? So there are two things that we could be looking at, right? So I'm going to do this, and also, what did I say, guys? When the candlesticks start becoming smaller and smaller and smaller, it shows that price wants to break out and go a certain direction, right? So with me doing this, right, I'm going to a lower time frame just to check price properly, right? And I'm going to the 15 minutes. All right, then we're gonna do this, gonna do that. This would act as a downtrend. You see, we broke through, we're going up, went down a bit, went up again, went down, went up, did double bottom again, and now it looks like we're going to the downside, right? So if this is not a rejection, right, this is where we would love to enter. This is where I'd love to enter, and let's go to the 1 hour time frame to put our stop loss, because we don't want to be prematurely taken out. So we're gonna go to the top. Let's make it 90. Yeah, let's make it 90. Make it breathe a bit, because it could be a tad one. Then what we want is that to be filled. So it's one touch, then we'll get two touch, one again, three touch, one a bit up, then now it's coming back down, the retest, it's going down. This is no consolidation right here, a minor one. And as you can see a head and shoulders, the left and the right. So if we were able to notice this, we could have bought here, but it's fine. Now we're able to see where the direction of the US dollar is going, you know, perfectly. So now I would enter this, like I said, 90, and take it down here. So this is a trade that we would love to take, and if it goes our way, it would be great, right? So if this goes down, it's showing that we have a weaker US dollar. So for the couple of days or hours, however how long, it might come to the downside, and yeah, complete. Then we're gonna get out here. This is where we're aiming to get out. Or what can happen is, guys, because we always know that it can go both ways, this is just a retest, it coming here, then it's doing this things, and it's gonna shoot up. So for in case it does that as well, we gotta be prepared, right? So I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to put it right here and put a couple of pips below. All right, I'll put it here, 100 pips. Take it up a bit, take it up a bit. I probably could write it until here. Right, but I want to go to the 15 minutes to see an entry. And the reason why I'm putting it here, it's because, guys, with the trend line, right, you know, it's 1, 2, 3, right? And this looks like a inverted head and shoulders going to the upside. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the second touch, right? The second touch, so that I'm gonna fix it a bit, just a couple of pips below. Actually 100 pips was fine, 100 pips. So now what I'm expecting is, right, it's either this gonna continue to the downside, or it's going to respect this area of support here and bounce back up, which will firstly fill this structure here. The structure here will be filled, right, probably until here. This is where it might end being filled, the structure, right? So if it does and I'm able to notice it, I'll be able to just push my stop loss a bit up, sorry about that, a bit up to secure me, and I might get out at a smaller loss than I would have when if it was 100, you know, it was 100. So if I can say 50, look how far 50 puts me. So it's great. It's going to be a great trade overall. So if it breaks around this area here, around let's see, 91.80, we can expect it to go to the downside, as long as we don't see any buy signals, and it will completely complete this structure right here, or it might keep on rejecting this area right here, keep rejecting it, and end up bouncing to the upside. And you know, hopefully if it gets here, this would be even a greater confirmation of it going further up. But if only it breaks this area right here of 91.96, you see, it could be a great confirmation whereby it goes up, breaks through, probably consolidates and goes up, or it's gonna do this like the way it did and just break through this area and go to the downside. So now we're looking at GBPUSD and EURUSD, USDJPY with a bias of it. There's a probability of it price going two ways, right? So now we go to the weekly, and we're gonna take it down a notch. We're gonna take it down a notch, right? So this is a long candlestick, as you can see, very, very long, very long. So this could be a rejection of the support of within the channel, right? And as you can see, this is a double top, right? This is a double top. One touch, then it goes down, then it does the head, and it goes up, then it's here again, then now it went up. Hopefully this is a rejection and it wants to continue to the upside. But we are not dumb, because we understand the market might go two ways. And as much as we see this happening and there being a beautiful rejection over here, this is great. Look here, this was a rejection as well. You see this rejection here, came down, reject this area here, and went up, came back, rejected the area. So we can expect a potential upside, a strong pound, right? So now we go to the smaller time frame and we look at what the story is telling us on the smaller time frame. All right, this area has been respected like we confirmed. Can even try taking it here, yep, because there's a lot of, look at the wicks, went up, look here, went down. So around this area here, we might be expecting to take it here, right? If I do not take it here, because this is going to be a continuation. So not to confuse you guys, let's go to the 4 hour. Right now we are at a 4 hour. Going to delete this one, and we're going to leave this one right here. Going to delete it, delete it, delete it, and delete. So like as you can see, it broke out, price broke out of this structure, this channel structure, right? And impulsively went to the downside. So that being said, I want to update my I'm going to update this, right? Instead of putting it so far, I'm going to take it up close and do that. Actually, I'm gonna do that, leave it like that, bring it closer. Instead of having 4 price action, let me have current price action that's happening in real time, right? So now that this is happening, it looks like we've had a breakout, right? Breakout, looks like a breakout to the downside, and doesn't seem to be looking like it's going to come up and hit the resistance for a third touch, right? So, and looking at what our DXY did, we're going to do this, zoom in, just to not confuse myself. I'm going to take this out, take this out. So I'm looking at entering here and putting my stop loss at 60. Yeah. Because of why? Price broke through, retested, went through, retested, and going through. Now it went up. This might be head and shoulders, right? So this is the left arm, the left shoulder, and it coming down here to test this might be the third shoulder, right? The right shoulder, and might shoot back up. So knowing that there's a possibility of that, I'm still gonna put my sell here, right here. I'm still gonna put my sell here, or I can put it under here and push it a bit to the top. Actually, no. Let's see. Yeah, let's put it here, right? Actually, wait, guys. Let's go to the lower time frame. This is too high. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, let me just put it here. Put in 60 above this high here. Or even better, I can put it here with this height, putting this height, you know, in it, and just putting a 50, around a 50, and riding it back till here. But so I'm gonna do it 3/1. 3:1. So you have a proper risk to reward. So 51 pips to gain 154 pips. So if it does go to the upside, I will be ready to take it right here, right this level right here, and the height I'll be using this height right here, you know. So if it does come to this level, it's gonna break me in. I'm gonna go to the downside. If it doesn't and it respects me, we'll be looking to go to the upside, but then we're waiting for confirmation first. So we could be waiting for something like this, you know what I'm saying, like this, and like break through to the top, then a retest, but obviously not that high. Let me fix that. Not that high. Break, retest, then that's when we'll take a buy. You know what I'm saying? That's when we'll take a buy, when it retests after breaking out this level here. So if this level is broken through, we'll look for a retest. Let it go up, let it go down, then go up, retest, we take it there. What a nice risk to reward ratio. Probably come below the structure here. So just to be sure, 30, give it some space. Then 30-1 risk to reward ratio with the possibility of the trade running to the top. We don't want to be selfish, guys, and put in extra pips that we really don't think would go in, right? So yeah, if price does fall, we're expecting this as well for us to sell. Also, we can expect this to happen, then price to go back up, give us a touch here, which is going to give us a double top, then break us down, then we'll sell here as well, you know. So it might do this, we'll wait for this to go back up. This will, like I told you guys, it could be a right shoulder, right? So it might bounce off here, respecting this level, go back here and come back down, go to the downside, or it'll do this, which is a correction, then go to the upside, retest, then we take it up there. So those are the two possibilities with GBP USD for this week. Then we're just going to hold the trade and run with it, you know, till I'll tell you guys which levels now. So like I said, if it sells, we're gonna try selling it until it fills in this position right here, until it fills it in, until it fills 90% of it. So let me put a level and say let's try coming until here, if price will allow us. If not there, let's do it here, you know. If not there, let's do it right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Then this will act as the levels. If it passes this level here or gets to here, we'll try looking for more to the downside. So those are the levels. We might look for it to stop and maybe continue to the upside if it doesn't fully come hit this support structure right here. So now let's go to Euro USD. Go to Euro USD. We started the weekly. We look at what's happening. So this is a trade we missed unfortunately last week, and as you look here, it respected this resistant area of 1,22426. you know, it went up there, then came back down, went back up, double bottom, double bottom, double bottom, double bottom, then it went down with momentum. Look at that momentum, guys. So looking at that, right, every time we see such long candles needs to be a little bit filled. So we might expect a correction going to the upside, then it might come back down. Because if it does go up, I'm hoping that it comes in to this level here, aiming at 1,25678, because it's like the highest point it has been in a while. So hopefully this would just be like a major long correction of some sort, like just a major long correction. But now I don't want to force lines. Could possibly be a major correction, or it just might have respected this area here and will continue to go to the downside to come catch up this area here. So now we're not going with one how can I call this, one idea in mind of taking this trade. Like I said, we have to have different perspectives, right, to make sure that whatever opportunity represents itself, we are ready for it. So now, as you can see, this area has been filled. 90% of it, you can say, has been filled, right? And look at the area that it is respecting. they're respecting. Okay, so now that I got that, this is what's happening on the current market. The market came down in a momentum state like, and look at the pattern that we're getting here, right? Engulfing, candlestick engulfing. So there could be a possibility for a buy if all goes well on the lower time frame. So let me just move this here on the lower time frame, right? So now we go to the 4-hour, and we are from the daily. So now there are two things we may expect here, right? Firstly, we've hit our resistance within the 4-hour time frame. That is very obvious. So I mean the support. So this is going to be the support which has been respected for the second time. Look, it came down here, then it respected it, then it got broken through, then it went up. Then near it, there was some sort of consolidation near it, meaning that it's an active area, right? And we went to the top to hit the resistance. When it hit the resistance, it respected and came to the bottom to hit the support, which was resistance, right? So now it support this area. So now that we're expecting two things to happen, right? So what I'm expecting is something low until here, so something like this. I'm expecting this to come here, then proceed to the upside, right? So if that's going to be the case, I'm going to enter here, and just push this up a bit. Going to enter there. Oh man. Oh man. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna do this. And just say 40 pips or 45. 45. Or we could say 50. 50 is fine. 50 pips. Then we're looking for 3 to 1. Risk to reward. Risk to reward. So now, if we're expecting this buy right here, all we have to do is wait. We'll set up a buy stop. It will come here, trigger us in, and hopefully it will until here. And if we're able to see it come here in time, we can just put a a stop loss here, and let the profits run, and hopefully it'll come here to this resistance to test it once again. So we're gonna keep it like that. So let's just keep this and taking it to the top. So if we're expecting a continuation to the downside, I would love to see something like this just for confirmation, wise. See price being broken through, price coming down, auto price coming down, coming to test this area, and after coming to test this area, going back to the downside, completing this whole move. So for that to happen, I'll have to put my buy stop here. No, actually I'm put it right here, then put my stop loss of like 50 pips, or even make it a bit smaller. Try getting a tight entry, try getting just a tight entry, not putting my stop loss too high, just tight entry for just to get a 3 to 1. Yeah, we'll try looking for a tight entry and take it to the downside for a 3 to 1. Seems like it will be a very short trade to play out. We wouldn't have to wait for that long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this, and if it does go out the way, so this is going to be a buy stop. So if it comes down, we get triggered to go to the upside. This will be a stop loss, but we would try entering it manually. So when price reaches around this area, we'll try being able to be alert and enter a manual one. If you're scared thinking you won't be able to make it, just put a sell stop and it will just trigger you in and go with you to the downside. So that was Euro USD. Let's go to USDJPY. So now this is from the previous week, right? So now we're going to delete it. New prospect. Now we are seeing and looking at what the what do you call it, the market is telling us and has told us from the previous week, right? So I'm one who deletes this. So now I can see the market has done this pattern, guys. This pattern, it's a wedge, right? And you can see that it's going up, it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, and now it looks like it's going up, trying to break through this level here. So we're going to make this our level of interest, which would be a resistance, right? So when prices like this, I'm expecting two things, right? It's either it's going to complete this double top and come back to the downside and hit this neckline or it's legit going to break through, retest, and go up and go into new highs, right? As you can see, this was the last time it touched this line here for a second touch. So we might see a third touch, or we might find a rejection here. So because this is ascending, every time price ascends like this, expect it to descend. Every time you see price like this descending, expect it to ascend. So there could be multiple ways whereby if it goes down, you could take this comfortably, right? So now let's go to the daily, because now we have a perspective of knowing where the potential price might go based on the DXY here, and also based on market structure that we do see, right? So now, as we can see, price went up, price went down. Then what does it do, price? It fills in this position. 90% of this position is filled. It's got going up, it's filled, it's being filled, it's being filled. So now that it's being filled, it's giving us a wedge here, right? And wedges are great for showing change of direction in terms of it being squeezed, the market being squeezed. Also, like the more it contracts, the more the market becomes like very smaller and smaller, the more there are probabilities of it shooting to the downside. So now I have my one touch on my support, my second touch. So we are looking for a third touch, because here we have one and we have another one, but also if you had to tighten your stop loss and did this, you would realize it's 1, 2, 3. Then this would be the fourth touch, which is the rejection zone, right? So that's what we should be aware of. Just be aware of that. So now we go to the 4-hour. 4-hour, I'm looking at market structure properly now, very close and currently, because we always gotta go to the current market price, guys. The current market price, not what's happening, what happened here or here, but always try noticing what's happening around this area based on the current time, being helped, assisted by this area here, because this area here was once there as well, and it can show you how it reacted in the past. So knowing how it reacted in the past, it can give us an idea of what it's going to do in the current present market, not being 10 weeks ahead and not being 10 weeks behind, but being in the current mood of the structure, right? The market structure. So now that I'm realizing it's been going up, it went down, went up, it went down, and now it's going up, right? I don't usually use this because I'm not quite good at it, but this was an impulse, right? In impulses, and now it's at 61, golden zone, the golden area, right? And as you can see, we wanted to come and give us our third touch. We wanted to give us our third touch. So in doing that, being supported by this area here, right? I will put my stop loss here. I mean my entry level there, and give myself 30 pips to 22. Then take price to if I'm correct, right, and goes our way, this is where we would like to go out, but obviously we'd even prefer it till here, right, because we need to fill up this area. But we can enter here based on the golden area. I can even take it up here, right, and put my stop loss here, which is fine. I don't mind, it's not too much. Or take it a bit down to aim for a 3-1, which is also okay around this highs here if the market doesn't reach this highs, or if it does go, it can surpass, go test here, come back, hit here, then fall. Then we can be able to take our profits here, and let's see how much it'll be. Sorry about that. Good to enter here perfectly and get out here. Let's just say, it's more. Let's even try taking it down. Well, it's enough, man. Let's see. Let's just be realistic. Around this prices here, man. That's why I would be willing to get out around this levels here, or this levels here. Look at the reaction of how the market reacts every time it's around this levels here. You see? So you only use a Fibonacci when there has been an impulse, and this is an impulse to the downside. As you can see, the candlesticks long, very, very long, and look at them, they're also choppy as well, long wicks, so that can confirm to us that we might be looking for a correction. It might turn on 0.618 or here, and hopefully if it does come here, it will be just completing this double bottom, this double top, and coming to the downside and coming to give us a third touch, and hopefully it'll go to the bottom side. And if we had to take a trade to the upside, right guys, for a buy, because we are not naive, we can wait for price, to shoot up, and for me it must break this highs here. It must break the highs, it must break this high here, it must break this significant high here, and come retest, give me candlesticks, maybe like a morning star or a doji. But with a doji, that means the second candle, I'll enter on the second green candlestick, because it will be confirming to me that yes, it is going to the upside, and that is where I'll be able to enter my buy trade. Now let me just zoom out for you to see it properly. I'll be able to enter it and even risk down my I'll make my risk less smaller. Instead of those many pips that I had previously, make it 30, which is more than acceptable, because also we're entering an area that we're uncertain about and hasn't been broken since the last time it got broken was this 2016 December. Imagine. So if it does break through, we'll be in a nice beautiful trade, because we understand that with less risk we were able to go up and reach this resistance zone here. But we are still in a channel, guys. As you can see, we are within a channel that's within a channel, and these things can really help you in terms of confirmations, man. Confirming your trade to be like, okay, this are one of the reasons, is part of the reasons why I'm taking this trade, and for me, this trade, for me to sell, it'll be the Fibonacci, like I said. that is going to give me the confirmation, it rejecting and giving me either a sell candlestick sign here or here or here. Those give me two reasons, right? Already. So my third reason would be now, like I said, DXY, whichever side of the strength it goes in, and it gives us confirmations properly. Maybe it's going to the buy side, right? And it's giving us great confirmations. I know that I'm going to look for buy signals on this USDJPY, but look for sells on GBPUSD, right? Yes. So now I'm just looking for confirmations, which I'll be confirming with you guys in the group as time goes forward. Because, like I said, I'm going to be trading and showing you guys with this knowledge that I'm speaking about now, how I'm implementing it in my trading. Also, look at this beautiful thing that I just realized here. You can do this. You can do this as well. You know, oh, you can be that guy. You can put it here. Then you'll have a triangle. So you know that if it does reject here, this is a triangle, right? A descending triangle. If it does reject here, that's even great because it's on a strong level, and it's having its second touch or third touch based on if you're going to consider this touches as well, which are relevant because look at what happens every time it touches the price, right? So now you're going to get here. If we get a candlestick showing us rejection, and look at how it's going up, how it's ascending. Like I told you guys, these patterns are serious, but they won't always be perfect, right? They won't always be perfect, you know, just the way it's going up. So if we do get a rejection somewhere here, man, we can take it to the downside perfectly with risk off the table. So I hope you guys are able to see. Look at it already starting. You see, guys? See, depending on what happens here, we can take it and go to the downside, man. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys are ready, and I'm going to fix this as well as time goes during the week to adjust our entries and make sure we enter wonderful trades. You understand? um and for those who are interested in US30, yeah, this was last week's stuff. We'll forget about last week's stuff as long as we did the recap and we are able to write down in our what do you call our journals that of what happened when you did take these trades, yes, during the week last week, so that in the future you're able to use this information. You can use this information to better your trades and know what kind of trades you take. So also here, guys, did the same thing. Look at how it broke out. With US30, I don't like going as far as the weekly. I like using the daily in the 4 hour to give me proper price direction. As you can see here, it rejected a strong support level of 33,285, and beautiful structure. Look, this is a morning star. It shot up and it's giving us the three white bears. So now looking at this, I'm very confident to seeing it go to the upside because I've been holding, as I will not lie, I held from here, right, going down, 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 and probably until around here. Also, I was able to enter a couple of trades, you know, to put me. I was basically kind of hedging. To basically, I was in buy trades while also selling, you know. So I was able to sell until here to save me and give me, make my equity way bigger than it should have become because I was going to lose a lot of money in my equity. I was going to lose most of it. So luckily, I was able to manage my equity wisely, and now I know better. So now when I'm looking at this trade, I could be looking to enter it here based on the fact that I don't have the only solid structure that I have that I believe this structure can hold would probably be this one's here, this candlesticks right here, right? This is what I believe the market could hold until going backwards. So we could expect something to go up, then down again, then it's shooting up. So it's safer to enter here, because now we'll be able to know, okay, this is the higher low, and we're able to make our pips very tight and enter a risk-free trade, right? Yes. So now today we're gonna enter it there, and if it does continue to go to the downside, right, we are going to wait for something like this. So now it's going now. Now wait for something like this. Then it's gonna slightly go up. And it's gonna bah. And us, it's either we're gonna take it here or we're gonna take it here. So that would be around this area here. So right here, right? I'm just putting it here so you can see. So 33994. That's where I'll be able to enter sell positions if we see any confirmation regarding the candlesticks, right? And also, like, if we're not sure about here, we can wait until it touches the bottom here and we can enter here. But for me to be 100% confident, I need to see something like this, and after it has done something like a double top, I can enter and take it with it, knowing that my risk won't be higher than this, knowing that it's a wonderful trade with less risk, with exposing less risk, which is always great, guys. Taking a trade with small risk is one of the best things you can do for yourself. And should I go gold? So I'm honestly looking to buy this. If there's any sales, I don't know, I wouldn't feel comfortable selling, but we're obviously going to react to what the market is telling us. But like I showed you guys previously, if we're going to sell, we're going to wait for something like this, then like this, then like this, then bah. That's us selling. So let me just put it down for you there. And don't worry, guys, I'm going to put this on the group when I do post, when I'm about to take this signals. But with this one, I want to even hold even further to the top, like until here. So I'm already in trades, I will not lie. Let me even show you where I put in this trade, and I use 0.05. Just bear with me. And I entered it yesterday. Apologies to those who are hoping they're going to get the trade. I'm sorry, very sorry, man. But like I said, the people who are watching this, not a lot of you guys are really ready to start trading this. But if you're very interested, do let me know, and I will explain it further. So this is where I entered. I'll show you guys now, like with the 0.05, which is a great trade, and I'm recovering all of my profits. See those trades that I told you I was hedging, guys? They now the profit, the lot size that I used has given me all my profits back, and I don't see any drawdown anymore. There's no drawdown for me, which is great. So that's where I entered, and guess where my stop loss is? Right here. And guess where I'm going with it? I'm going with this till the top, till it reaches the top. So I'm going to hold this while still having other trades around here, which I'm going to show you guys on the behind the scenes video how they look like. So we are good, man. We are good so far. Good trade. You know what? I'll even do this, show you guys. Let me just take a video of me doing it in front of you guys. You know, behind the scenes, look, we are great. Yeah, luckily we didn't even set our stop losses, which is dangerous, guys. You don't do such a thing. This is very dangerous, you know. It's very dangerous because anything can happen. But hey, man, it's looking beautiful. So let's see. But actually, let me secure my profits next to you guys. Let me secure them. 33498. 33498. See guys. So we're good. We're good. On the top one here, we're good. I'm gonna just let this one run until we overtake this one. So we'll see how it goes, guys. But stop loss and TP are always important. Very, very important, guys. It takes a long time to really be confident, but just know that without putting the stop losses, you may lose more than you were supposed to lose. So yeah, you'll see that part in the video. Yeah, man. So that's it for now, man. That's honestly what I'll be looking at. But I will keep on updating you guys on the Telegram group. Please do watch the Telegram group. And yeah, guys, I just might show you like amazing trades that I'm going to look at. You know, I don't want to make this video very long as I'm explaining a lot of stuff. And this one I'll also show you guys the gold. I'll show you guys on my Telegram group. So thank you guys for watching. I hope what we analyze today goes the way we expected for another week. And if it doesn't, it's okay, man. It's part of the probability of Forex, you know? As long as we're winning 6 trades out of 10, we are great and we are gold. Please do not forget to subscribe, press the like button and the notification bell to receive more videos like this. And also just interact with me down by the comments, man. How should I better myself the way I present this content? Because I'm trying to make this content very easy, because I believe if you cannot explain this stuff to a kid, it's going to beat the case when you have to, explain it to someone older, man. They really won't understand. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to make it as simple as possible and direct. And yeah, guys, we are technical traders who use trend lines and Fibonacci's. We don't use a lot of any indicators besides the RSI, but we just use pure market structure. Pure market structure, being able to identify, is this structure down selling, is this structure down being in a drawdown consolidation, is this structure buying, and those are the three conditions the market are always in. It's either uptrend, downtrend, or sideways. And once you're able to detect those things, it will make your trading much easier and make you identify what kind of strategy or tools are needed to take advantage of the opportunity that has showed itself. So yeah, guys, let's have a profitable week. Mr. FX Mosako signing out. See you guys at the end of the week. Peace.